This video is brought to you by the boat insurance specialists, now named MS Amlin. Britain's own treasure islands, only 20 miles due west out into the Atlantic from Land's End, are full of surprises. It's easy to become captivated by the pace of life on St Mary's, the principal island. But the true treasures of Scilly are the outer islands. Each of these has its own particular charm and attractions, and every visitor will soon find their own favourite. With a community of only 72 people, St Agnes has the smallest population of all the islands, and it's just a mile long. So an easy stroll along narrow, flower-bordered lanes to circuit the whole island only takes an hour or so. A curving white sandbar links St Agnes to Goo at low tide. And the best anchorages are either side of the bar, depending on wind direction. If anchoring on the northern side of the bar, keep clear of the fairway used by not only the tripper boats, but also the inter-island cargo boat, Lioness Lady. The Turk's Head pub is right alongside the slipway on St Agnes. It's a perfect spot to round off the day. A friend of mine sometimes brings his family across from Penzance to the Turk's Head for lunch on his rib. But he's one of the few people that would think of doing this as a day's trip, and only then on the glassiest of calm days. The crossing from the mainland is not one to be taken lightly. St Martin's is my favourite of all the isles, an island of long, empty sandy beaches. There are moorings at Lower Town, and in settled weather there's a good sandy anchorage off the Higher Town pier. And Great Bay to the north is even more secluded when conditions allow, yachts frequently anchoring there. The one lane running through St Martin's is lush with semi-tropical vegetation and mossy dry stone walls, on which are perched small boxes selling freshly cut vegetables and free-range eggs from the cottages. To me, the island has the feel of the Shire in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Fresh fish, crabs and lobster are available straight from the sea. Delicious bread warm from the oven, home-baked pasties, cakes and so much more from the bakery. The post office store is extremely well stocked. Then there's a vineyard, pub, hotel, tea rooms, fish and chips, galleries, the flower farm, all on an island with a winter population of under 150. Briar is the smallest of the 5 inhabited islands, just over a mile long and half a mile across at its widest point. It's also the highest point of the islands, with Shipman Head rising to just under 140 feet at the northern end of the island. The centre of Briar is mainly low-lying, and that's where most of the population of 83 live. Both the eastern and western islands, little more than bleak rocks, have their own populations of some of Scilly's most iconic residents, the ever-curious seals. Sunfish, dolphins, basking shark and the occasional whale are all often spotted around the islands. The true magic of the Isles is getting away from the crowd. Exploring the channels and islets is one of the joys of Scilly. Discovering places with names like Wingletang Down, Hell Bay, Droppy Nose Point and Stinking Porth. Whilst the inhabited islands all have unique charms and character, visiting Scilly on your own boat gives you the freedom to go where others don't get and spend as long there as you choose. This is the real treasure of Scilly. The islands have 3 lighthouses. The St Agnes Light is now no longer in operation, though still remains the foremost landmark on the island. Round Island Lighthouse was built by Trinity House in 1887, marking the most northerly outpost of the Isles of Scilly. Most famous of all is the iconic Bishop Rock Lighthouse. 4 miles out in the Atlantic to the west of the archipelago, for over 150 years it's been warning shipping of the dangers of the islands. In 1861, the British government officially defined an island as being any dot of land that either is inhabited or has enough grass for the summer pasturage of at least one sheep. So until it was fully automated in December 1992, Bishop Rock held the unique title of the world's smallest inhabited island. Leaving these treasure islands behind and heading back to the mainland, every boat owner shares the same thought. How soon can I get back to Scilly again?